Let's look at P. Diddy's chart. Okay, so first of all, the placements are not right because we don't know what time he was born. I can't find that anywhere. So whenever that happens, astrologers put Aries as the first sign. So we don't know what order, where the houses, etc. are. But what we do know are some things. Now, the Sun and Neptune and Mercury are all in Scorpio. And as most of you know, Scorpio is the SEX sign, like high SEX drive, all that stuff, power, manipulation. These are the shadow sides. There's a shadow side to every sign. What I find also interesting is Saturn is opposing the Sun and Mercury. That can mean like you can feel like restricted in some way, and like that feeling also might make you have like strong drive for like a work ethic as well, because Saturn is like the taskmaster, and that's in Taurus. He has like all water and earth and air. And now the thing that popped out the most for me was, look at right here, Venus conjunct Jupiter. That only happens like once a year. That's rare. And those are the two benefics. That's usually a good thing, but the thing is that Venus rules over pleasure and love and relationships. And Jupiter, wherever it goes, it expands things and makes you have luck in those areas, and makes that just wherever it is in your chart, whether it's the house or the sign or whatever aspects it's making, it's another blessing. Like, this would be usually a blessing. So he has abundance, right? But now the other thing is that the moon, and since the birth data is, we don't know what time, they place like, see the shadowing right there with the moon. It could be all of any of those, but regardless, it's in Virgo, another earth sign, another sign that knows how to be kinky. It's next to K2, or, well, the south node. And people that have the moon and the south node like conjunct can be into some very shady stuff, very nefarious at times. Not all the time, not all y'all, but I just want to say that. And his north node right here is in Pisces, so he should have been striving towards a humanitarian vibe. He should have been, but he's living in the flesh with the south node in an earth sign, tied up with his moon. And the moon really represents a lot of things, but it also represents your body. And interestingly, Pluto is next to all of that as well in Virgo. So up here again, I want to say, like, that's interesting. He has 3 signs. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Mars, the 2 SEX sign planets are Mars and Venus. And Mars is in its like the best sign it can be in, which is Capricorn, because Mars is about drive and willpower, and Capricorn is about like getting to the top. So Mars does very well in Capricorn, and it's at 29 degrees, the highest possible point a degree could go. And that shows like that he has incredible drive. Now the thing is, though, like, it's connected. Look, Mars is connected all the way over to all this Virgo stuff, a trine by sign, especially though it's connected to that Pluto right there, which is power. When you have Mars trine Pluto, that's like power hungry. Okay, that is like, it can be really good, but it can also be like not it, another thing I was going to say about this Venus is in its domicile, in its home sign of Libra. The other home sign for Venus is Taurus. And so it's already there, and that is kind of that kind of makes sense that he was a musician. Libra is all about the music and stuff like that, and having like all of it, just getting all that success is a very typical manifestation of a Venus conjunct Jupiter, or like a Venus trine Jupiter, any like aspect, usually trine or conjunct. So that's very interesting. Now, hold on. Okay, also, Neptune is making a sextile really tightly to Pluto. Pluto-Neptune brings about, like, idealization. That's the Neptune side, like, with no limitations, no boundaries, to Pluto, the sign of power, also to do with sex, also to do with sometimes secrets. So that's interesting. I just feel like I really wish I knew his birth time so I could see where all the planets are in the houses. But I would guess, I think it would be Virgo rising. I would guess that. Why? Because then you could put Jupiter and Venus in the second house. The second house is money. Jupiter in the second house means a lot of money and a lot of value on earthly pleasures. And already Venus is earthly pleasures, like all the beautiful things, all the pleasant things. So if he had a Virgo rising, the second house would be Libra. And sorry, I'm in my kids' pickup line, so I'm just rolling along. And another thing I want to point out is Uranus is sharing the same sign as these two together. So Uranus is known for being eccentric. And when it's close to Venus, that means eccentric love, eccentric desires. So I just feel this is a very interesting chart. If anyone finds his time of birth, let me know. I looked on all the sites. This is Astrology. But I found this really interesting. That's a lot of Scorpio and a lot of power in this chart with the Mars and the Pluto, with the Venus and the Jupiter. I mean, with that, he's getting like a lot, because he's like, I can do whatever I want and get away with it. People that have Jupiter next to Venus are like, I can do all the pleasurely things, and Jupiter's the luck sign, and he was lucky for a long time. Ain't no more. I would love to see a chart rectification to get his birth time and see how it's all going down for him right now with the transits. So yeah, bye. I love you.